You hear it all the time. Know your numbers. Numbers will save you. Know them. Memorize them. But what are your numbers? In this episode of the Beauty Pro podcast, I share with you the most important numbers you need to know, whether you're a W 2 stylist, a suite owner, salon and spa owner. These numbers will transform your business sense by cutting out the emotional aspect and sticking to the facts. Numbers don't lie. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Christine Sherwood, the Beauty Pro Coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the Beauty Pro Coach podcast. I'm truly happy to share the numbers that I believe every beauty and barber pro need to know, because when I discovered these numbers out for my team, my whole mindset shifted and I wasn't so emotionally attached to the outcome, to the breakdowns, the frustrations on someone's color correction or slow days at the salon. Like, these numbers are what I believe to have really transformed um, my business sense and a leader in the salon. So, the first one that I truly love, and it's a newer number that you might know the answer to, you might not, you might have been questioning to figure it out. It is product cost. This is my new favorite one. I want every stylist, makeup artist, esthetician, assistant, even suite owner, barber, like, this is a number you got to know. Once you know this number, you immediately start thinking like a business person and not just some, butler or like queen's, woman in waiting, lady in waiting, right? But you actually know, like, it just like goes through you. It's so cool. So, yes, we know how much everything has gone up exponentially at the different supply stores. Okay. And, but do you know what it costs per pump, right? Per application, per ounce that you use? I feel like we truly have to give credit to um, to Salon Scale for blowing up this methodology. But I have to say, estheticians have really been doing this since before that, and they've been like down pat with this. And I remember learning from an esthetician, but I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I totally brushed it off. But then when Salon Scale came onto the scene, everybody was like, oh my God, like totally mind blown. And that's not, I'm not mocking, I'm not making fun of, I'm not putting down Salon Scale. I'm just merely saying how I felt, how we felt before they came out. And now they came out. And I mean, even I personally, like, I definitely want to get Salon Scale in my salon. Like, should I be embarrassed that I don't have it? Well, I'm not. So, if you do, great. If you don't, great. Like, we're all at different paces in our journey of life. So, it's totally okay. But yeah, like, knowing your product cost, freaking mind blowing. Okay. So, here's what you do. So, find out how much it costs you to use an ounce of developer. half ounce of color. I mean, I'd probably go as far as even knowing how much a full pump of shampoo and conditioner cost you at every hair wash service. If I'm being totally real, I still have not done that particular number, but I'm about to after this episode. Um, and so this will help you take the pressure off of you as a stylist to pay your bills, because you're transferring that anxious energy that we get and we're putting it right back onto our clients who are actually the ones paying for their visit anyway. So if they're paying for your time, well, then it only makes sense that they pay for the product that you have to use on their hair so that they can look fabulous so that they can go to that party. Okay. When you know your product cost, it is, you can finally enjoy with confidence your creations. You get it? Okay. So if this is something you want more help with, or you want the formulas to figure it out, send me a DM on Instagram. Okay? I say this in every episode because I genuinely mean it. Connect with me. Ask for what you need because you will receive it. You just got to ask. And getting your specific numbers is going to make all the difference. Like, your numbers most likely are very different from mine, from your neighboring competition, from somebody else in, Utah. Like, it's going to be different. And so you need to figure out what it is for you. And that's the most beautiful part. And that's where the competition is. Because rent in Utah and rent in Florida and the product costs and the retail tax is going to be completely different. So definitely do that. DM me so we can get calculating on what your specific needs are. The second number that I truly believe makes a huge difference in how you carry yourself are your total expenses. You hear this a lot. For the longest time, I was actually resisting this number for a long time because I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to sit here and write out these numbers. I know what I pay. Everything is expensive. The bills are high. I'm good. I'm not going to sit here and calculate it all. Until one day I sat down and I calculated it all. And I also spoke to a financial advisor thinking that he'd be able to help me. And he was like, you're doing fine. You are not at the level um, for me to like step in. Like, you are doing an awesome job. Like, you don't need me. And I was like, oh, well, that feels good. And so this is a huge number you have to know. If you knew how much you spent on Starbucks every day of every week, you'd probably start making coffee at home if it was that important to you. I am one of these people. And so I am a complete Starbucks addict. Okay. I should really consider getting stock, like for real. Um, but okay, so you got to know your expenses. You got to know how much you're paying, how much money is leaving you. Okay, those are your expenses leaving you, but I'm really talking about your business. And so this example with Starbucks is just to show you, put it in perspective, how much money literally leaves us. And we don't think about it because it's just a little here, a little there, but it's huge. So let's get back to the Starbucks example, right? The price increase in coffee has literally blown my mind that I'm currently using up the matcha organic powder that I have in my pantry. And sometimes I'll just make hot chocolate, which is also in my pantry because it's more of a comfort food. I'm trying not to drink so much caffeine, even though matcha is like, has more caffeine. But I really just need something to do with my hands in the morning. I mean, at this point, I can probably just drink hot water, lemon, and tea and honey. But in any case, I'm not there yet. I'm not that desperate yet. So, quickly, let's do the math, okay? So let's say you're like me and your favorite drink is a grande iced white chocolate latte with almond or oat milk, no whip, light on the ice every single day. That is $6.79. That's with tax already included. So these are Florida prices, okay? Times that amount by $7 for every day of the week. We're at $47.53. Now, times that by 4 weeks in a month, which is $190.12. Multiply that by 12 months in a year, and we are at $2,281.44. That right there is, for some of you, the price of your hair extensions. Okay. This is insane. Versus what I'm currently doing right now at home, which is organic matcha powder from, let's say, like Fresh Market or Whole Foods. Okay. $15 bag. And you get the Blue Diamond almond milk gallon vanilla at $5. And that should last you, depending on how much you use it, about, I don't know, like 2 weeks maybe. I don't know. I'm totally throwing a random amount out there. And then, so if we calculate that, so that's about $130 for the year on almond milk and maybe $60 for the matcha powder. Okay. Which is $190 for the year. That's some of your hourly rates, that $190. And if I'm doing this number correctly, like if I did the math right, that is a 169% decrease from $2,000 to $190 for an entire year. 169% down. That is crazy to me. That's like, oh my God. And that's all in money spent. So you're saving 169% of money. Again, please let me know if I did that math right, because for some of you math geniuses, sometimes we need help out here. Okay. And that would be totally embarrassing to me if I did the math wrong and I'm over here teaching you sounding like a total badass. But in any case, confirm that for me. And then you can let me know in the DMs. But please and thank you. But good math or not, you're getting the point. Okay. Knowing how much you spend as an individual. Okay. As an individual, like how much, like calculate all your expenses as an individual, like everything that you need to know to live. Okay. House, light, shoes, whatever it is, like calculate your expenses and set that apart. Calculate your expenses as a business. So everything it takes for your business to function properly. And then you can see how much money is leaving you. It is vital for your business to know your profit, which, by the way, it should be anywhere from like 5 to 8% to 20% max and beyond. Okay. What you need to do is save and grow financially when you know this math. Okay. It's really simple math. Okay. You're literally adding up, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. That is it, the basics. I hope I didn't confuse you. If I did, let me know. Send me a DM again, because it's really important that you know this and that you do this. And every quarter, it might change. Every year, it might change. And once you know this simple formula of how to calculate all this stuff, you're going to be able to look forward to doing your numbers quarterly, annually. And there's going to be a time where you're going to, like, for instance, your rent. Every year, your rent is going to go up. Sometimes it goes up multiple times during the year. Sometimes it goes down depending on taxes. Paying attention to these things makes a difference. Some of you who have already done your hourly rates, you know all about this. If you haven't switched to hourly rates, I highly recommend you do so. You're going to realize that you are totally cheating yourself of confidence, of success, of growth, all of these things, all because you're too lazy to do the math. I can say that because I was. I am no longer. Okay, the next number, total income. You need to know how much money is coming in to your business. Something you want to look at on an annual and quarterly basis, just so you can see the trends for that year. That's why I say quarterly. It helps you make better predictions moving forward on how to market yourself, your team, where you need to save a little more, where you need to spend a little more. You find those weak spots in your income so you know what promos to run for next year. Okay? It's a lot of work, but not, if that makes sense. And when it's your business, you're taking care of your baby. So for those of you who have kids, it doesn't feel like work, even though it is. Okay? You love those kids. You want them to grow, succeed, prosper. Same thing here. And so definitely take a look at your total income. This year, 23, in the past several years, actually, it's been really scary. I'm going to be totally upfront and honest, if we can say that, because the truth is, all of us are truly suffering when it comes to the money side. I know, every year we say that, it's all the time, every generation, but I know for me, like it's been a tough year. It's been a tough, year and a half, let's say. We're all strapped for cash. Everyone is saving. Everything is going way up to the point that it's difficult to even have money for gas. Okay. And I know some of you with electric cars are probably rolling your eyes. Okay, we get it. Fine. But in any case, knowing the monetary trends of your clients will also help you stay in tune with not only what's going on in the political economic realm, but also explain why your clients are coming in at certain times of the year and what you can do about it moving forward. So maybe you've heard it in my interview with Nick Orojo on the podcast here. Like he was saying it, and he's in New York City, and he was saying how clients, it doesn't matter if they're rich, poor, middle class, whatever, clients are extending their appointments. So they're going longer in between, which means for us, we see them less, which means we make less money, which means we have no clients in our chair and in the salon. It is scary. I highly recommend check out that episode with Nick Orojo. It's on YouTube where you can watch him speak, and it's also on Spotify and Apple. So definitely check that out. Leave a rating and leave a review on how you feel about that particular episode. I would love to know. Um, but yeah, like all across the country, stylists, estheticians, makeup artists, they have been literally pulling their hair out of their head, trying to understand what the hell is happening, why aren't they busy, especially during the holidays. And honestly, a lot of it has to do with fear and the politics and economy. No one wants to spend unnecessarily where they can probably do it themselves. So let's just think about that. Yeah, they'll probably cut their own hair, but they're going to screw it up and they're going to come back and they're going to see you. But that's not what I'm saying here. The next number that I feel is really important to know is your average service and your average retail ticket. This episode might sound familiar because I know I recorded a similar episode to this not too long ago. Definitely go back, scroll up in the episode list. But today's episode is a little more detailed, maybe, than that previous one. But go check it out. Listen to these both. And if you've been in the industry for a while and are in a commission-based W-2 salon, or you just like to know these numbers, show your growth to yourself, your team monetarily, how well you can communicate with clients during the visit and how much they trust you, you rebook with you, even how much they like you. Like that's what the average service and the average retail ticket do for you. You know, if you don't have a salon software, it's going to be really hard for you to see these numbers. Yes, you can absolutely formulate these numbers on your own with, just a sales ticket. Yeah. But I don't recommend it because we're humans and we have human error. All right. Definitely invest in yourself with Mevo, Rosie, Gloss Genius, some kind of salon booking software that also has a register, because it's going to be able to keep these reports, keep these numbers accurate. Okay. Just so we know, I am not funded. I am not affiliated. I am not being paid by Salon Scale or Mevo, Rosie, Gloss Genius, like none of these people. I am literally one of you talking about my experience with these companies. And I am telling you, giving you my personal feedback on them and how much I liked or disliked them. So I don't get paid for any of this. This is just all real and raw talk. So your average service shows if you're good at upsells. Okay. If your average number, now let me rephrase this. Your average service number, I'm really talking to those salons who are not doing their hourly rates. Okay. Even if you do have an hourly rate, this can apply. It's just going to be named differently, like time. Okay. Um, but these are for those salons who are still charging by the service, which is probably dwindling. Those numbers are dwindling down. But in any case, if your average service number is higher than your haircut price, it's time to raise your prices. Okay. And how much do you raise it? Well, if to your average service number or higher. Okay. So if your average number, let's say, is $70, but your haircut price is 50, guess where you got to change your price to? 70. You have to charge $70, not 50. If your average service number is equal or less than, you are giving way too many emotional discounts, promos, Groupons, whatever it is you're doing, you need to stop. You are robbing yourself. You are putting down yourself. You're letting your insecurities run wild in your life, and it's showing up in your bank account. Quit it. If you need help, DM me. Your average retail ticket shows, once again, I know there's big talk in the industry about selling retail is just a scheme. It's a conspiracy. Don't do it. Get rid of it. Get affiliate programs. I am all about affiliate programs. I really am. Because it's easy. It makes sense. You don't have to worry about it. Hell yeah. But the downside with affiliate programs is that you're literally kind of letting your money be run by somebody else. You're giving somebody else the responsibility to pay you when you can do it yourself. There's that. And you run the risk of companies changing the affiliate rules, changing the percentages, and then you kind of get gypped of money. So you run that risk. The other thing is a lot of clients want it now. So if you tell them this really awesome product, you sell it to them, and they have to wait 2 or 3 days to get it, it's kind of discouraging. Okay. If you have the affiliate program and you have products in the salon, it makes it a little bit better because clients see that you have it, they can still purchase it, and they can still order it online if they want. Okay. So the average retail ticket shows two things. It shows how well you educate them, and how well you communicate your processes with your clients. And I guess the third thing, it measures how good the conversation you're having during their visit. Okay. So if you are you're on topic, you're being super professional, you're keeping it within them and their hair and what they need and what you're doing, you're educating them, you're communicating with them, they understand what you're doing to their hair. And then you're having a really good professional conversation, and your average retail ticket is going to show that. Your your present self is setting up your future self with happiness, if that makes sense. Okay. Another number that you're going to want to look at is your, how do I say this? It's, I guess it's your retail percentage, it's your unit percentage, right? So this is how I explain it. So if you see 10 clients, 5 of those clients should leave with a product, bringing your unit percentage to 0.5 or 50%, because half of your clients left with a product. Make sense? So keep that in mind. 10, so if you see 12 clients, 6 of them should leave with a product. 13 clients, 7, like that kind of thing, okay? A good like another good little rule of thumb is that when it comes to retail, and if a client, and this applies to online, in person, whatever it is, as long as you get credit for it, if someone purchases one product, they are 30% coming back to you. 2 products, 60% coming back to you. 3 or more products, they are 90% coming back to you. Like you have them hooked. They are your client because they're getting styled by you. They believe you wholeheartedly. They're spending money. They are going to be back. That's a good indicator for you on your retail. If clients are not purchasing products from you at all, you got to ask yourself, why not? Do they not trust me? Do they not believe me? What is going on? Do I even care? Am I being lazy? Um, as a stylist or as a beauty and barber pro, you're not going to make millions of dollars selling shampoo and conditioner when you're working behind the chair. Like you're it's not going to happen. Okay? But if you are going to get a 50 extra dollars from selling a shampoo and conditioner, that's 50 extra dollars you didn't have before. I always like to say, like $5 is better than no dollars. Do what you got to do to get more money. Okay? The next number that I feel is really important to have and to know are your annual wages. And I make a sigh because that's everybody wants more money. Okay. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants to work less. Okay. But here's the thing, knowing your annual wages before taxes are taken out and after taxes are taken out. And this goes for whether you're a stylist, booth renter, salon owner, spa owner, whatever it is. Knowing these two numbers is going to help you. Like when you go to the bank, they're always going to ask you, how much money do you make in a year per month? They're talking about before taxes. Or, yeah, your gross pay. Yeah, so before taxes. But then you need to know how much money you're making after taxes so that you can be real and honest with yourself. Like, you don't want to be a 6-figure stylist before taxes are taken out, because then taxes are taken out, and guess what? You're a 5-figure stylist. Like, you're kind of lying to yourself a little bit. And so, this number, you'll have to probably get with your accountant about maybe and look at your tax returns so he can tell you a rough number of what it would be either way. And literally, tax season is right around the corner. So do it, find this out, do these numbers now because it's going to help you set you up for your next fiscal year. And honestly, the best way to grow is to collaborate with other people and ask for help. When we ask for what we need, we have a better chance of getting it. I have had to learn this the hard way because as a coach, as a leader, right, in my salon, in my friend group, like I am going to brag about that a little bit because you know in your heart of hearts if you're a leader, and not everybody's going to be a leader. Just a quick little side lesson here. Like the people who are constantly saying, I'm a leader, I'm in charge, I'm the head XYZ, they have to voice it because there's some kind of insecurity. They are not completely what they are. They have to kind of convince themselves of it and convince everybody else. I feel like good leaders, they just know and they just do it. They don't have to announce it every single time. So, anyways, when you see your accountant or even before, get your gross pay and your net pay down. Memorize it. Constantly be checking it. Check yourself every quarter when you send your accountant your statements. Like, know these numbers, and you'll be better able to work backwards to determine how much income you need per month, per week, per day, per hour, and finally, even per minute to survive. And I know that I think it's masters of balayage that really teach you, like, if you want to make six figures, work your way backwards. Put down what is it, $1 million or 400 or 500,000, like whatever number it is. You set that, and then you work your way back to figure out what you need to make per month, per week, per day, per hour, and finally down to per minute. That is just an organizational piece that's going to help you understand how you need to level up your game. Okay. So if you want to find out the formula of how to use this number, I encourage you sign up to my VIP list. I literally give this kind of info out all the time. Tap the link in the show notes, go to my Instagram bio, put your email in, and voila. Okay? You're going to get it. You're going to get this information. I really encourage you to sign up for one-to-one coaching for this kind of stuff, for the numbers, because it's such an intimate thing. It's kind of like telling everybody what size underwear you are, if you even wear underwear. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very intimate thing. So definitely sign up for coaching. Let's talk this serious stuff. And let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So, I am telling you, when you know these numbers, you become so empowered and so confident. It's incredible. So, those were the numbers that I highly encourage every beauty and barber pro, esthetician, massage therapist. Like, these are the numbers you need to know just for yourself as a human being, but also for your confidence. Like, yes, we love what we do, but we really have to remember that we're doing this because we got bills to pay and we need to get ahead financially. We need to get ahead in life and in many other ways. So, definitely check out these numbers. Feel free to message me after you figure them out and send me what you came up with. I would love to hear from you. Let me know. The more you give, the more you get back. And also, sharing is caring. So let me know how this episode worked out for you. Leave your star review on Spotify. Leave your review on Apple Podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I can't wait to hear from you soon. Have a wonderful day. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the Beauty Pro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue bringing the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The Beauty Pro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.